Hello, this is your reading of Ghost Chapter 9. I do have permission from the publisher of this book to record this reading. Chapter 9 is World Record for Cleaning the Dirtiest Car. Remember, we talked about earlier, Ghost didn't want to know what was in the back of that car, in the trunk of that car, because it was so gross and disgusting. He thought everything that came from the front seat went to the back seat, and then everything that was in the back seat probably just got shoved in the trunk. So he said, I don't ever want to know what's in that trunk. So here we go. One time in gym class, we had to do this thing for warm-up where Mr. Parham made us form two lines facing each other. Everybody had to reach out and hold the hands of the person standing in front of them. For me, that person was, of course, stupid Brandon Simmons. His hands were slimy, and it felt like he had just blown his nose into his palms, which he probably did just to be a jerk. After we were all holding hands, Mr. Parham stood in front of the line with his back to us. This is called a trust fall, he said. I'm going to let myself fall backward, and I'm trusting that all of you are going to catch me. Like stage diving, Greg Dotson said. Mr. Parham turned around. Well, pretty much. For someone who was about to be all trusting, he looked kind of worried. Shoot, I was worried for him. I mean, I wouldn't just trust somebody like Brandon to catch nobody other than himself or Monique. Remember, Monique was the girl that he kind of had a crush on, and she did not return his feelings. Mr. Parham turned back around, took a deep breath, and leaned back. That's basically what the whole you gotta tell a secret to eat thing Coach pulled on us was all about. It was like a trust fall with words, a warm-up to being defenders. By the end of the dinner, it seemed like we were all connected in some strange way that none of us had ever imagined. And it stayed that way as we came to practice on Monday. Aw, Aaron teased as me, Lou, Patty, and Sonny hung around talking to each other before the stretch. Coach and Whit were on the other side of the track having an extra long conversation with Chris Myers' father. Look at the newbies. All of a sudden, y'all besties, huh? Let me guess. Patty told y'all a secret about how she got a crush on Curon. Curon grinned as the other players laughed. Ain't nobody got a crush on Curon, Patty replied. Dang, Curon, you heard that? Freddie chimed in, yanking the drawstring on his shorts. Yeah, I heard her. What's wrong with me, Patty? Curon asked, fighting back his embarrassment. Sorry, Curon, Patty started, but I don't like boys who jump the gun. Everybody laughed, and Crystal Speed gave Patty a 5 and fired off a few finger guns at Curon. Pew, pew. What you laughing at, Crystal No Speed? When's the last time you won a race? Curon fired back. The last time I seen your mama, Crystal said. Ain't nobody ran so fast, 'cause I ain't ever seen somebody so ugly. Hey, no need to bring anybody's mom into this, Sonny chimed in, struggling to get his voice cut through all the oohs. Oh, yeah? Curon was now feeling big. Being laughed at was getting the best of him. How about we talk about yours, newbie? That's enough, Curon. Aaron, who started the whole mess, finally decided to step in and fix it, but it was too late. No, let's talk about Sonny's mother, Curon insisted, now sizing Sonny up. We all knew he was just joking around, and that whatever zing he was going to attempt was just going to be silly, but still, this was Sonny. His mother wasn't even alive, and I knew that. And to me, that fact made those jokes off limits. I also knew Sonny wasn't the kind of guy to stand up for himself. So I did. Let's not, I stepped in front of Sonny and looked cold into Curon's eyes. Curon faced me, trying to hold his square. But I could tell instantly he didn't want none of what I had for him. Y'all see this kid, he said, turning around to the other vets. Patty and Aaron came up alongside me, joining me in protecting our friend. Yeah, we see him. And since you a cupcake, I suggest you leave him alone, Aaron said, shutting Curon down. Then a hand clap, slow, one, then another. So I would imagine it would kind of go like this. When someone claps their hands like that, what does that usually mean? We're going to talk about that later. That was fantastic, he said. Wasn't it, Whit? Oh, I thought so, Whit replied, folding her arms across her chest. So many tough guys and girls on this team. Coach stopped himself. Wait, did I call y'all a team? He started towards us. That's right. And that's what y'all are, right? Yes, Coach, Aaron said, instantly slipping back into his role as Coach's pet. Oh, so only Aaron's the one in a team? We're a team, Coach. We are all, yeah, it's all of us, Coach. Yeah, we're a team. So then act like it. You understand me? Each and every one of you. He waved a finger past each of our faces. Act like it. Matter of fact, learn from the newbies. Defend each other. These ain't your opponents. This is your new family. And as y'all can see, they mean business. I looked at Patty, Lou, Sunny, and tried to I looked at Patty, Lou, and Sunny and tried hard to totally cheese. Then I looked at Curon and nodded as Coach commanded. Now, let's stretch out. Toe touches. Everybody down. After stretching and warm-up, the sprinters spent the rest of the practice working fartleks. That sounds like fartleks. Wait, fartleks. Some funniest name ever. Fartlick. Ha! But it had nothing to do with licking farts. It just meant that you've spent 3 minutes at 80% speed and 1 minute at full out. Sounds easy, right? Try doing 10 of them. It's harder than it sounds. Way harder. Trust me. On the first few, I was able to keep pace with Lou, Mickey, and Aaron. And on the fourth, I decided to prove a point and turn the jets on. What does he mean by turning the jets on? What does he mean when he's saying that? It means that he's really, really, really going to put all his effort forth. And whenever he's turning on the jets, it means that he's running faster than he'd ever run before. We hit the final stretch, the last 100 meters, which was when we were supposed to run full out. And I must have channeled my inner Usain and bolted to the end. Remember, Usain Bolt is his idol. He's the world's fastest man. Good job, Ghost, Coach said, whistle still in his mouth, clapping his hands behind his back, or clasping his hands behind his back. I bent over as the other boys crossed the line. They all swung their hands towards me, clapping, as Coach continued. You prove that you can get it if you want it. Now back on the line. But I couldn't move. But even though Coach had blown the whistle, I had blown my legs. What does that mean? Had he really blown his legs? What does that mean when he says that? It means that he's just spent all of the energy he had and he was almost crippled with pain probably. I can't, I panted, just loud enough for Aaron to hear me, and I dropped to one knee. He grabbed my arm. Yes, you can. Let's do it. You got some more in you. And even though he was captain and kind of a suck-up, he'd gotten smoked by me. A stupid decision that I didn't feel nearly as good as I thought it would, and I knew he meant it, that I still had more. Needless to say, the rest of the practice was rough and ended in me crawling from Coach's cab barefoot to the house, through the house, into the bathroom, and into the bathtub, where I basically let the hot water cook my muscles. And that's how it was every Monday after. Every other day during the week was similar, but with a different routine. Coach had it set up that we always knew what we were doing at practice every day. That way, if he was late or if Coach Witt wasn't around, we could, well, Aaron could run the workout for the team. So it went like this. Mondays, fartleks. Fartleks. Which for me meant an afternoon of running my legs to death and an evening of boiling them back to life. Tuesdays were technique. How to come off the block. Elbows in. Open up your stride, head up, back straight, glide, don't wobble, be a horse, not a penguin, run through the finish line, not to the finish line, blah, blah, quack, 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 wah, wah, wah. On the line, whistle, whistle, blow, over and over and over and over again. Wednesdays were ladders, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, also known as don't eat a big lunch day. Going from 4 to 1 was rough. But most of us could crush it, even me. It was heading back up the ladder that was a killer. Go down, throw down. Go up, throw up. The absolute worst. Thursdays, long run. Every week a different route. Once I was finally able to keep up, it was kind of cool being part of the train of runners zooming down the sidewalk, dodging people, and the bus stop benches, fire hydrants, and trash bags. And with the motivation mobile trailing behind us. My only fear was that one day Coach Witt would lead us down the wrong route. The route that went past the sporting goods store, where I was probably a wanted fugitive. Sure, I could just turn my head or shield it with my shirt or pretend to wipe my sweat and nobody would know it was me. But the shoes? There was no disguising them. That girl, Tia, would know the sparkle of the silver bullets. Easy. Luckily, we never went that way. Fridays were everybody's favorite day. Off. Thank God. I pretty much had gotten used to everything and everybody. Mean Mikey mumbling stuff, Aaron, the captain of the team, acting like the, captain of the team, which at first I wasn't so sure I was going to be okay with. I mean, the guy had a big mouth, like big, big. But he knew how to keep everybody together and motivated, which could get hard when you're on the side puking your guts out. And then there was the 4 of us, the newbies, our special gang. I'd gotten used to Patty and Lou snapping at each other and arguing all the time. All the time. I had gotten used to Sunny quoting some spacey book that nobody ever read, or saying something really cool, but it's so out there that you really didn't even know why it was cool, but it's cool. As a matter of fact, I think that's the record he holds. The record for saying the coolest, what in the world is he talking about sayings. Definitely. I had even gotten used to Coach on my back every day about my homework, which I usually got done during the ride home. And whatever I didn't, I finished while Ma was zoning into the cheesy movie of the night. Even Coach's stupid whistle and the constant shouting of that on the line became as normal as sunflower seeds from Mr. Charles's store. Oh, is that a figurative language right there? What type of figurative language was that? Even Coach's stupid whistle and the constant shouting of on the line became as normal as sunflower seeds from Mr. Charles' store. I think that's going to be a good discussion question. I had gotten used to it all, and I was pretty sure that they had all gotten used to me. So everything was cool. Maybe the coolest it had ever been. But uniform day changed everything. And that's where we're going to stop because I want to make sure that these are not too long. I will put 1, maybe 2 discussion questions on for the beginning of chapter 9. Chapter 9, we'll finish it up next time. Please make sure you're reading your books. And if you have any questions about anything that I've read, please ask me. Either send me a text message, an email, get your parent to dojo me. You can send me a question through Google Classroom. Any of those things will work. All right, I miss you guys, and I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.